karar kanui na John kapang may sumtanta kaka sa mga sang higwa hayri darali nalinga shan kapang na imig na huye kitui ay napongsyok sido nalilay siyadan pagkazat lay siya masinan kanga samavai ining kamyaw kasama jingriran Chui shang shang kamid mavai nalinga shan kapam na imig na huye kitui ay napongsyok sido nalilay siyada nalinga shan kapam na imig na huye kitui ay napongsyok sido nalilay siyada Thank you. That's it.
यो त कपी भइसक्यो
एउटा कपी चाहियो
Welcome back, everyone. I hope you all had a good lunch. And thank you, Linda and Amos. It's always a pleasure, such a pleasure to hear you guys sing. I'm Ishita, and I'm here to introduce you to the fourth lab that's part of this Living Labs ecosystem that we have. It's called the Himalayan Story Lab. And you heard a little bit about the Story Lab in the clip that played earlier when Sushmit spoke. And I have like two of my really dear friends who are part of the first cohort of the Story Lab. So it's my pleasure to introduce you to Manisha Halai and Devashish Nandi. Um, so we heard from Devashish a little bit earlier. He's also the co-founder of the River Project. So I'd like to ask Manisha to introduce herself as well.
Hi, and hi everyone. I'm Manisha Halai. I'm a Green Hub alumni, and currently I'm a fellow of the first Himalayan Story Lab. Thank you.
Thanks, Manisha. So I've known both of you since before you joined the Story Lab, and I've noticed a change in the way you approach filmmaking since you've started this journey about a year ago. So I'd like to ask you, Manisha, first, how has your approach to filmmaking changed in the past year?
I'm so nervous right now. Having just started my journey of developing my debut feature documentary film, my experience at the Story Lab has been incredible. I'm developing a film that is deeply personal about my family. I'm filming it in the remote part of Arunachal Pradesh, where my village is deep in the mountains. And my film focus at the theme of love, family, and legacy. When my story was selected at the Story Lab, I felt very nervous and excited also. There were times when I was very, I had a doubt on myself that if I'll be able to make a film or not. But at the Story Lab, my mentors and my friends helped me a lot, and I got confidence from them. I knew that I had to tell this story, so my mentors helped me to go deeper into why I wanted to share the story, share that particular story. Then I also have faced a lot of emotional breakdown because again the film which I'm developing is a deeply personal story, and yeah, and my experience at the lab, I find master classes at the lab really mind blowing. You know why? Because there are filmmakers that we get to talk to them through Zoom calls, and where they represent their films to us, and we talk to them about their behind the scenes challenges, like how Pooja ma'am was sharing with us yesterday, and hearing them talking, really gets me excited about my own project. I used to think that film means a lot of talking or explaining to make things. But after watching and having interactions with a lot of renowned filmmakers, I have learned that filming is also about finding unspoken or invisible aspects of the character. So these approaches help me to refine my own ideas while filming my own story.
Thank you for sharing that, Manisha. So this really sounds like a great opportunity for young filmmakers. So Devashish, I'd like to ask you, can you take us through what really happens at the labs?
Hello. Uh, Thank you, Ishita. First, I would like to thank Shushmit and Rintu and Himalayan Story Lab for selecting me to be in the first cohort. And the lab is a 12-month period lab divided into three parts, in-person labs. In the first one, we work and talk about our ideas, which we pitched about the film, what we are going to do in the field also. And in the second lab, there is a 4 months gap and we go to the field, and whatever we discussed, whatever we uh, planned, we try to get those. And in the second lab, which happens in April, right? Yeah, happens in April. Uh, there we'll come back with footage and material, and we will work on the edits as well. And then again, we'll have a 6 months gap, and the last lab, the third lab, happens in November. Again, the next year, where we went back into the field, and in the second lab we discussed about the problems we had, the challenges we had, and how to overcome those. In the third lab, it's mostly focused on the distribution part, editing the final trailer, then more about pitching, more about how to submit a form, or how to mm, uh, the script and the writings and everything. And also they're preparing us so that we can uh, submit our applications at places like Dockets Kolkata, Sundance Market, then Hot Dogs, etc. Yeah.
So you spoke a little bit about the challenges that you face when you go on field to shoot. So now if you have this community that you come back to after filming, you have your fellows with you. How does that how has that helped in your journey as a filmmaker? Manisha, maybe you'd like to answer first.
So during my film, as like yesterday, Pooja ma'am just told that if you want to make any films, be it a documentary or wildlife films, we first have to become friends with the equipments. Yeah. So during my story lab journey, I'm trying to become friends with the technologies. While filming, I have faced a lot of technological challenges like. But when I came back to the lab with whatever footages that I could capture, what I thought were the worst scene turned out to be an amazing material for my film. So at the lab, my mentors and my friends, they gave me feedbacks, and they have shown me to look at my footage in a very different way, and it has shown me a deeper connection within my story.
Would you like to share as well, Devashish?
Yeah. Uh, just after the first lab, I went to the field, and I didn't come up with any footage for the second lab. And while I was watching Manisha's footage, I was watching Teja's footage. It actually gave me the confidence what to do in the field, because there were setbacks. Working together, it's not just my film. It's not just one story that I'm developing. We are having many discussions about each other's stories as well. We are brainstorming for all the stories. Yes, it's my film, but we are talking about all the stories, all the ideas. So that's helping a lot.
And I remember when you had first pitched your idea for the Story Lab, you had something, completely different in mind, and over the past year that changed. So, can you share a little bit about what your journey has been like in the Story Lab?
Yeah. Uh, just like I said, I didn't come back with any footage, because I went to Sikkim, same place, Jomgo, for the first time in 2018. And at that point, I was there to make a small film, and the whole idea, the green forest and everything, the movement, the people's movement, whatever is happening in Sikkim, everything looked really lush, green. But when I went there, I actually felt like I don't want to make this film, which was like my passion project. But suddenly things were not in the right place, and I decided I don't want to do it. But again, then I got into the lab with that story, and in the field I'm deciding I don't want to continue it. Uh, so many things were coming into my mind, like, will Rintu and Shushmit stop talking to me? Will I be thrown out of the lab? Those things were happening, but when I spoke to them, that's the best part of the lab. Uh, they again reassured that it's not just about this idea. You, when you came to the lab, you came up with one idea, you want to make one film, but it's not just about that. We are trying to basically talk or just learn together how to become a better storyteller and make many more films. It's not just about one story that we want to develop in this lab, but you have to take the learnings so that you can make many more films in the coming years. So that's the best part of the lab. They're just helping us to be a better storyteller and a person.
Thank you both for sharing, your journey. I'm sure it's been, quite a lot, in the past year, going, filming, working with each other. We also have your, fellow Teja Vico, who is also part of the Story Lab. He's sent a short clip to share his experience as well. So I'd just like Sumit to ask Sumit to play that.
And we'll be watching the film from here. Right?
Hello everyone, my name is Teja and I'm a GreenHub alumnus from the 5th batch. As a GreenHub fellow, I have picked up on the technical aspects of filmmaking, like operating a camera, editing and all of that. But after a while I realized that I was making videos and not films, and I wanted to make films that could connect with the people in a more deeper and more emotional level. So that's when I knew that I needed to refine my storytelling skills, and so I applied for Storylab. And Storylab has been the perfect space to hone my craft as a storyteller and to learn how to shape, structure, and deliver stories in a way that truly resonates. And it is that level of craftsmanship that I wanted to sharpen. At Storylab, my learnings have been centered on the more subtle things. I've been exploring the non-linear way of storytelling and layered narratives, and also how silence can play a very important part in a story. And one of the major unlearnings has been to let go of the need for control. Because as filmmakers, we sometimes try to control every frame, but I'm also learning to just let it go and trust in the process. During Storylab, our mentors generously provided each of us with rupees 1 lakh to support our projects, and with that I was able to invest on an audio top handle from Sony and a better shotgun mic, and this has greatly enhanced my audio capabilities. With these new tools, I can now focus more fully on the storytelling process, and I'm more confident that the audio quality will hold up in most scenarios. The remaining funds are helping cover logistical expenses during shoot. And I'm very excited to continue my journey on making my first feature film under the guidance of Shushmit sir and Rintu ma'am. Yeah, thank you.
It's really lovely to see the way the three of you are working together and helping each other out, and it's something that I see happening in all of the labs. That's the kind of atmosphere we also have of collaborating with each other and helping each other out. So I see that reflected in your work together as well. And before we end, I would just like to ask Manisha, how has can you tell me one thing that you've learned about yourself in the past year through your journey with the Story Lab?
Now that I have a very clear vision for my film, and I'm really excited to dive deeper into it. And my journey filming my film has taught me that filming is also about connecting with the people and sharing the story. By the end of the second lab, I've become somewhat emotionally stronger, and my experience at the lab has fueled my determination to not just finish my first debut feature documentary film, but also to try my best to make one good, make it best film.
And I'm sure it will be. I can't wait. I'm sure all of us are really excited to see all three of their films. Yeah, and all the best for that. Any final remarks before we end this session?
It will take some time.
Sure.
Again, I would like to thank them. Their festivals, we always look up to, like Dharamshala International Film Festival, and luckily they're sending us to Dharamshala. We are going to be there throughout the festival, and they're sponsoring all of it, like travel, food, and everything. And yes, Dharamshala. Yeah. So, yeah, I would like to thank them again, and yeah, hopefully there will be a film, a good film.
Yeah, we're really, really excited for that. Thank you, Manisha, and thank you, Debashish, for telling us about the Story Lab. And yeah, thank you everyone for listening.
Thank you, Shi. Thank you to the audience for listening so patiently.
We have another cohort that will be starting this year. So yeah, we'll probably keep hearing from them and the next cohort as well. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you so much for introducing us to the Himalayan Story Labs. That seems really a great opportunity for us. So now we have our film about a traditional healer from Laikanso village in Meghalaya. She is the last remaining herbal healer in her village. This film was made by Khupanang Gangmai and Themkanmung Humau. I would like to call Khupanang on stage to tell us about himself.
Hello everyone. My name is Khupanang Gangmai from Tamenglong district, Manipur, and I belong to Rongmai community, Naga tribe. And me and my friend Them Khanmung shoot this film in Meghalaya, East Khasi Hill. And as we know, Meghalaya is known for its rich biodiversity and traditional practices. So this film is about traditional, the elderly woman who has special skills on using these local medicinal plants to heal people. And she's the only healer in our village, and so everyone look up to her for help when they need. And it also highlight the importance of keeping these traditional practices alive for future generation. So please enjoy the films.
Let's watch the film now.
Kan hak ting siang nga te Menta ki du teman mensua ki dan si kau kan arut ki dan. Menta saya mendan has nang lai tersu dan tang mengamal. Tidak dia maksudnya. Kalau ya, itu dua sembilan kan benda. Itu baru. Sama ada sempat itu berbagi sesuatu besar. Kawan tiga tiba Ransit, tiba Bakalakpo, tiba Armen, tiba Bakalak Lughakpo, ni penibek.
Nade fikir beranak tang secen waktu barat.
Kerana jamna biang bet tiga bantik serupa kisah itu pembangunan pembangunan. Malon idan di paralog yang rasna dawai kita kalau rasna kita kalau kan. Ini udah wai udah rai. Isna dawai pangmat isna dawai pangmat. Isna yakine kan isto hay kan ban ngathia dadap khia ngaon dadap on ngakon dadap kon ngapendai tha ngabu habibu habicu na tak habak ngai kok te dan dadai tha ngakleu eng ngakleu tu kan bat tu ke Kabang asna dawai kata jawira rasa suriau jawira ran kamu ke bilang itu